Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. First of all, I want to apologize yesterday. I want to apologize for yesterday. Our video came out late, like late. And also, I don't feel like it was the best video that I made because I was feeling off, like I was feeling sick. And, I mean, earlier I watched a GH episode that just pissed me off. And so I was still kind of in a mood from that. But I was also feeling kind of sick. And so I felt like my reviews did not come out the way that I wanted it to. And I want to apologize for that. Um, so, yeah. Um, Going into today's episode, got my guy Dollar Bill. And it's so funny, too, because, like, as I'm sitting there writing my notes, I actually put down Dollar Bill. And then Douglas walks up. He walks in, he's like, oh, hey, Dollar Bill. And I'm like, so I can't help but call him that name. Hell, even if that wasn't something that they actually said in the show, I still would have said it. Um, Now Bill is doing his usual, talking about Deacon. Deacon is this, Deacon is that, Deacon is bad, Deacon is a con artist, this, that, and the third. He's a con. Bro, you're a con. You're an ex-con. What the hell are you talking about? I just love every time he talks crap about Deacon and Deacon, he spent time in jail, this, that, and the third, or he's this, he's that. I was like, bro, how, how is that possible for you to sit there and talk so much crap about someone, but you're not that much better. You're really not. Um, have you ever actually started talking about somebody, but then you kind of pause for a minute, or you talk about something that they did or something that they said, and you felt like it was out of line, and then you're just like, oh, wait, yeah, I did something similar to that. Yep, go ahead. But usually we kind of catch ourselves. This guy just goes on a good 5, 7 minute rant. Um, he just did usual with Liam. Hope walks in, and Hope is like, "Yeah, no, I get it. Deacon's bad. So, can I have some alone time now? As in, kick rocks. Um, Now before she tells, okay, let me try to explain this in a better way. Before she tells Liam about her mother's drinking again, they pretty much finished the conversation that they were having yesterday. Um, and her blaming herself for leaving Brooke. She's like, she is very apologetic. She's like, I didn't know you were in trouble and stuff like that. I would have stayed, yada, yada, yada. But Ridge takes her to a meeting. She, when she gets over to the cabin, she has to then tell the news to Liam that her mother has been drinking. And so she starts blaming herself. And Liam tries to get her to not blame herself and be like, hey, you're not the cause, you're not the reason. You didn't put any pressure on her. This is, something that's an addiction. It's a disease. I hate when people sit there and say it's a disease. I feel like it's more of an addiction than a disease. But she's like, he's like, you can't, you can't blame yourself. And it's so, I wouldn't sit there and say funny, but interesting. Watching Liam try to comfort Hope and try to reassure her that things are going to be a lot better and it's not as bad. Like, well, not as bad, but like she's going to be okay and not to blame herself. It's like watching him in that predicament. Like I've been in that predicament when I've had to sit there and tell, you know, ex-girlfriends or an ex-girlfriend, it's not your fault. You can't sit there. So like watching it was like, damn. Like, I'm getting like a sense of deja vu. Because the thing is, you don't want to sit there and try to just practically snap them out of it and tell them, well, things are going to be okay. Just shut up and just kind of just, it's a process. But um, to try to get this person to not feel as bad about something that they couldn't control. And to be able to understand that, you know what, you can talk until you're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, this person is probably still going to blame himself. But you have to sit there and trust that, you know what, me being there was enough. So I thought that scene was pretty interesting. Um, so Riz takes Brooke to a meeting. And, you have the other guy that was there. He was not there sharing the story. And he practically more or less asked Brooke to sit there and share. He was like, would any of the newcomers want to sit there and share? But yet you look straight at Brooke. Like, any one of the newcomers want to sit there and share? Any one of the... That's what I felt like he was doing. So, she shares a story. And, I... Here's the thing. I don't find before, sometimes when I'm sitting there watching something, whether it's whatever medium, action, comedy, whatever. I'm not usually blown away or really impressed with how someone's there acting or portraying a story, whatever. And I know people got their issues with Brooke, and I totally get it. But this woman is killing it with this alcoholism story. I think maybe I'm impressed by it because I've dealt with stuff like that. I've been in situations like that. Um, and, especially when whatever situation it is, when it's close to home, you kind of it resonates with you a lot more. So maybe it's a little bit of that, but like I said, she is killing it with how she's acting and stuff like that. With this whole way she's sitting there talking about the situation and what happened, and you can just hear like the crackling in her voice and stuff like that. I'm like, she is killing it. There's one point where it almost seemed like she was confused about telling the story, and it's not that I have a problem with that, but I feel like the fact that she's leaving out the reason why she's drinking, like she keeps it there, getting it up to that point of, well, the kids left and Ridge said that he couldn't make it, so I was alone. And by saying that, you're basically just saying I was alone because Ridge left. Like you're either blaming Ridge, which seems like for the most part, or you're blaming the fact that everyone else left you alone. So now Hope is that they're feeling bad. When in reality, the reason why you started drinking, well, I don't want to sit there and say the reason why she started drinking was because of Deacon. But the fact that she keeps leaving that out makes it seem like it's everyone else's fault. Like it's this unintentional guilt trip that everyone's feeling. Ridge is that they're feeling a little bit. Hope is feeling it. Even Steffi is not there making it seem like, Brooke is blaming Ridge for her spiral or, whatever that's going on where like is blaming Ridge. So it's gonna happen for a while until the truth gets discovered. Now this is the second time that Douglas came in there because Douglas walked in and was like, yo, you okay? Like, what are you sad for? He's a little kid. He wants to make sure his mom is okay and stuff like that. And then he just blurts out again, Grandma was sitting there kissing Santa Claus. Now, that's going to be a key component when people realize what's going on and realize that Douglas was a witness and was saying it the whole time, was under everyone else's nose. Um, so I think that's crazy. Now, of course, Steffi is just being Steffi. Oh my goodness, that woman. I mean, in all reality, all she's really doing when she's talking to Taylor is talking crap about Brooke, saying that her problems, everything that she gets into, dad has to sit there and take care of it, and dad has to sit there and handle it, and it's not his fault. Why she have to sit there and pick up the pieces? And I'm glad you're here to sit there and comfort dad. Like, just, I mean, here's the thing. I'm saying it in a very speed run kind of way. Okay, Steffi is not there saying it in this very, well, this is all, this is Brooke, this is what she's doing to, dad and stuff like that. And in reality, what I said and what Steffi said was not that far off. It was not that far off. Taylor, I don't know about Taylor. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about Taylor. I don't know if it's Taylor. I don't know if it's the actress. I don't know if it's her acting. But she just comes across like, yeah, maybe it's I don't want to sit there and say that she sounds pretentious because she's not coming across pretentious, but I can't quite put my finger on it. But it's like every time she talks, it just I don't want to sit there and say cringe, but it's something about this woman's acting that's just like, the best way I can sit there and describe it is if you went back to those really classic, um, like those really classic super soap opera ways, the way that like people talk, who is in some sort of high profession, but they're trying to talk about something grounded, and every time they talk about it, it just feels so disconnecting. Like they don't really understand what they're saying. They're saying it because they're reading some out of a book, but they're not saying it because they actually feel it or mean it. Like that's how it is every time Taylor talks. And she sounds like how people used to really do soap opera, acting. Like like where it doesn't come across as like authentic or like how real people talk to some extent. It comes across like she's acting, Like okay, and I don't think any analogy is going to make any sense. And I'm basically Smith. You're trying to make her, trying to make it seem like I'm not trying to call her a bad actress, but I don't feel like she's being Taylor. I feel like she's an actor trying to play Taylor. Um, and the best way I can sit there and describe this, and I'm just going to give up one of the analogies after this. Christopher Nolan's Batman. Whenever I watch those movies, I don't feel like he's Batman. I feel like he's a guy that's trying to play Batman. Like he has all the essential tools to sit there and do it, but he doesn't make me feel like he's Batman. It makes me feel like he's trying to play a character of Batman, as opposed to, let's say, Ben Affleck, the Dawn of Justice one, where when you watched it and you felt like he was Batman. You felt like he was dark and broody and, had a lot of anger built up in him because of all the years that he's dealt with the worst of the worst. And that's how I feel about Taylor. Taylor, or this actress that's trying to play Taylor, I don't know what Taylor's supposed to be like, but whoever this person is, she's not doing it right. That's the best way I can sit there and describe it. I know I went kind of in a roller coaster, but I hope that some people can kind of get where I'm coming from, um, or even a little bit, even if you didn't really watch any of Christopher Nolan Batmans, which I don't blame you because I think that they're really boring. But my point is, I'm just not feeling it from her. I haven't felt it from her for a while, but usually in these stories, I'm so focused on either calling Paris a flake or, you know, Din Denjay. Zende, my goodness. A little bit as pretentious and a bunch of other names. I don't really sit there and zero in on her, but after hearing her talk, I'm just like, man, this is actually starting to hit me right now. And it's not in a good way. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I feel so much more energized today than I did yesterday. My goodness, I didn't really. It was so off yesterday. Um, a part of me was sitting there wondering, I was like, should I have actually have done that review at all? Because like I just didn't feel like it came out good. I didn't feel like any of them came out good. Um, except for maybe my days one. Because that's before I started feeling like crap. But I put it out anyway, and it just sometimes makes me question, like, if I'm really feeling that bad, or I'm feeling really that bad about the video, should I just not even bother to put it out? Because, at the end of the day, for me, if I put out something, I put it out because I feel like it's good. I feel like I put something into it that I could be proud of. Yes, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really feel too proud of it. But, I don't know. I guess we all have off days or whatever. We're not 100%, and I appreciate the people that watch, regardless of how I felt about the video or how I felt in general, as not being 100%. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get going. I want to thank everyone for watching. Um, these videos is actually so fun to do. I really do have a blast, even on my days where I just get out of work and I'm like, I had to deal with so many stupid people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But even on my days where I feel like that, I can just sit here and I can watch something that I find entertaining, and I can sit there and try to break it down and read comment section, read stuff in the comment section and just learn new stuff that I may not have known. And it's just an amazing, amazing feeling. And I want to thank everyone for just making me feel that way. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a great, amazing, and safe weekend because you know, you just never know. But I look forward to seeing everyone in the next video, which will be Monday. And thank you for watching.